Yes, my people. What are you man telling me? So I took this trade yes well I took this trade yesterday in the AM session for gold, and I'm not gonna use this as the market review because I'm gonna explain this on trade of the week. I think it was the best. I mean, for the trades that I took, this was trade of the week for me. Because I didn't catch a lot of trades this week. Um, Barely traded. So yeah, so this has to be trade of the week for me today. Well, this week. So I'll make a separate video on that. Um, but it was on gold. But because it was earlier, I'll rather just do a market recap between 3 to 5 p.m. So right now I am on the 1 hour chart, and like again, depending on what you see, you could say that we're coming from this bullish zone and price is just in a pullback. Where price is making low lows and lower highs, where potentially might want to tap into this unmitigated move origin before making its way back up. For me, the 1 hour chart is just for narrative. It helps me see where we are within price. Are we pulling back? Are we expanding? Are we consolidating? It just helps to kind of what's it called? What's the word? Narrow things down. So all I got to focus on, especially on the 1 hour chart, is just my most recent zone. So in terms of my most recent zone right now, we have this market structure break here. So we are trading from this protected high, and we're trading from this low. Let me do that again. That was terrible. So we're trading from this weak low, and we're trading from this protected high, from this market structure, from this MSB here. It looks like price has tapped into this unmitigated move origin. So now there's a chance that price is going to tap it and then obviously make its way down. Of course, we've already tapped it here the first time, and obviously we've had a nice reaction from it, and price has pushed down. And obviously we also have a higher time frame SBS where this is my 1, this is my 2, this is my 3, 4, 5. But you could also have it like this where this candle is your 1, this is your 2, which is the tap back in, 3, 4, 5. It's still the same thing. Especially just a sequence. You still look for other things which help us get in the trade. So now that I got it out of the way, I mean, you could say that price is in a pullback phase where price wants to make higher highs and higher lows, but we've tapped into something that's very strong, which is a 1 hour move origin. Price is also bearish based off our SMA. So just from that, when I go to my lower time frame, I should be looking for potential shorts, or I could also trade a pullback if price is above the SMAs. If I go to my 1 hour, 1 minute chart, sorry, price is above. So if I'm looking for longs based off my 1 minute chart, no problem, because price is above. We're technically in the pullback phase, but then if I go to my 5, price is, you could say it is, we were just above, but now we're below. So if I now want to look for shorts as well, also no problem. But we just got to make sure that we look for the things that we look for. We look for the confirmations, we look for the SBSs, we look for the areas of interest, and then you're going to be all right. So when I just let price play out a little bit, so you can clearly see that price is, it wants to push higher. Let me go back to 1 minute. So it wants to push higher. So initially we had this bearish zone here, and then we had this bullish zone here, and yeah, and then we had another one here, followed by another one here, but we ended up taking out the lows. Okay, so we took out the lows here, and then now we've taken the high again. So this is a flip again, but essentially if you go to a higher time frame, this is probably not even a candle close, it's just wicks. I mean, you could always say that this is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then obviously price is still above the SMA. So you could have used that. Me personally, not a chance I would have used that, but it works, innit? So essentially I need price to take out this high. If you don't, then no, I don't think we're gonna take out the high. So yeah, so I don't think we're gonna take out the high. So let's just see in terms of, so look, we were bearish, we flipped bullish, we flipped bullish again. So this is the confirmed flip. So essentially this is the zone where I could have taken a trade. So essentially this candle is your 1, this is your 2, this is your 3, 4, 5. And then now in terms of entry models, this is your last bearish candle. So you have to combine it. Where we close above, we tap. And then now you're in with a buy stop. Stop just below the zone. And then you'll target, you might target the highs or 2R, but then that's you hoping that price trades above the highs. And then if you see how price plays out, that's a winner, of course. And then let's just say you didn't want to use a CSS and you wanted to use 618. So in this case here, stop below the low, price clearly taps the 618 from here, and then now stops below the protected low, target a 1.6R fixed, and of course you have extra take profit areas which you can use. So now you can target this one here, and obviously price does that for you, so that gives you a 2.3R, and also that could be your one and done. If you're not happy with a 618, then you might want to use potentially a IB. So when we're looking for longs, you want the IB candle to be a bearish candle, and then when you're looking for longs, you want the IB to, when you're looking for shorts, you want the IB to be a bullish candle. So when we're looking for IBs, I mean, we can use this one here, because technically price close in between, we wick the lows. So all you're gonna do is just have a long position there, stop at the bottom. You might get stopped out, depending on how you move your stop to break even. But if you're letting it run a little bit, potentially, then you still get your 2R. Let's say you wasn't happy with that IB, then potentially you might use this one here, where we clearly close inside the inside bar. We create that inside bar, sorry, and then that could be your trade, which takes you higher, and that also gives you at least a 2R. So there was numerous entries that you could have used. You can't say that there was only 618 that I could have entered off. No, there was CSS, there was IB, the 618. So yeah, so there was plenty of options. But what happened? We had a bearish zone. We flipped. We had the confirmed flip. Price was above the SMAs. We had our SBS. We tapped into an area of interest, and obviously price has now shot up. In terms of SMA, there's no SMA divergence. So yeah, so it was a good trade that you could have taken based off the confirmed flip. So based off this zone here, and of course obviously price kept on making high highs and high lows, with the lows, and then yeah. So in terms of catching the trade, this was the only one from this zone here. This is the only one where price pushed up, took out our previous number 3, which is the higher high, and then anything else potentially is on you to try and catch a trade. If we go to the 5-minute chart, we can see that price is just kind of clogged up, and let me just close it out. And now we can see how all we wanted to do was just give prices wanted to further tap into this area of supply and demand, which is starting to get move origin. You can even say that we have a bigger zone from here where prices wanted to tap into this, give us a sweep, where now potentially this is your 1, this is your 2, this is your 3, 4, 5, and then now you wait for price to get below the SMAs, and then you can slowly look for trades to catch this trade back down. So yeah, so that's it really. That's it really for gold. But you can see how we're still between this weak low, we're like for price to run, and this protected high, and everything inside of this is just internal structure. So yeah, so that's it. That's it for me today. In terms of my trade that I actually took, this one here, which was much earlier on, this will be trade of the week. So just hold tight for that one. But always remember that victory belongs to the most tenacious. And wherever you're on the world, I'm wishing you guys a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love.